Hello and welcome back. Before we go into the power of questions itself, let's talk about learning. I will show you 4 simple steps of how we learn. And this is not about the science of neurobiology or something like that. It's just a very simple model on how we learn and how we know that we have to learn. And we are just jumping right in the first level, which is you don't know that you don't know. That means you cannot learn in something if you don't know that it is existing and that you can learn it. Let me give you an example. A little baby does not know that she can not drive a car. She does not even have the idea of what a car is. So growing up, there is a certain age where she knows this is a car and I need to be careful because this car may harm me if I jump on the street right in front of the car. But she still doesn't know that she could learn to ride a car herself because she doesn't get the concept. So this is the level of subconscious incompetence, which sounds bad, but it isn't. It's just normal. You don't know that you don't know. As long as you don't know that you don't know, there is nothing you can do about it. Because what can you do about something you don't have an idea that you can do something about it? So you don't know that you don't know. The subconscious incompetence. But then, sticking with our example of the girl who grows up, sooner or later she'll understand that if she grows up even more, she will learn how to drive a car and then she can drive a car herself. This is the level of conscious incompetence, which means you know that you don't know. You know that you cannot do it. You know you have to learn it. And this is the level where we sometimes stuck because in the example of driving a car, we need to reach a certain age before we can do it. But most of you are adults, so the moment you are aware of the fact that you don't know how to do something, you can act upon right away, for example, by asking very good, powerful questions, and you can learn something. The moment you detect that you don't know something, you are in the conscious incompetence. You know that you don't know. But this is a great place to start. This is a so much better place to start than you don't know that you don't know, because then you don't know what you don't know. It's nothing you can do about it. The moment you move into this step of, I know I can't do it, you know you don't have an idea how to do it, but this is the level of conscious incompetence which you can change. Going back to the girl, she's now 16. Now she's allowed in a lot of countries to drive legally a car, but she doesn't know how to. Therefore, she goes to driving school and she learns how to drive a car. Now she's getting competent. She gets in the car and then really focus on what to do next. For example, buckling up, then turn the head to the left and see if other traffic is coming along. Only then she pushes the brake, puts in the D on the suspension and releases gently the brake. This is all a conscious, ongoing process which she follows in the first maybe days, maybe weeks, maybe months. This is called the conscious competence level. In other words, you know that you know. You know that you can do it, but you still need to focus on it. You still need to think step by step and get used to it. And then after a while, and this is most probably what happens to you and me all day long, if you want to drive someplace, we just get in the car and drive off. We don't think about what we do. We just go in, put on kind of autopilot and drive off. This is called the subconscious competence. You don't know that you know. In other words, it is mastery. You are a master in doing it and you don't need to think about it so much more often. You just go in, sit in the car and boom, drive off. That's as simple as it is. To achieve mastery, there's only one way to do it. And that is you do it again and again and again. And you improve every time you do. In your brain, the connection gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And there was a lot of studies done on this subject that shows clearly repetition is the mother of skills. If you do it again and again and again, you achieve mastery. If you train and if you practice and if you repeat and do it again, and if you do it again and again and again, you get better and better and better and better. Eventually, you achieve mastery, which is the fourth level where you don't know that you just do. So this is a kind of bad news at one side, because it clearly means that you do need to practice. You do need to get yourself doing it. You do need to do it again and again and again. It's the same with this whole course. If you don't use powerful questions again and again and again, which I explain later what these are, but if you don't use them and you don't create a habit out of it, it's not going to work. So repetition is the mother of skill. At the end of the day, you should use powerful questions without knowing that you use them, because it's so normal, it's so on autopilot. Now you know the three types of personality. People who get surprised by change, people who watch change happen but don't act upon, and people who create new stuff and act on it and just move it and do it. And also you know that if you don't know anything about anything, you have no idea that you have to do something. This is the subconscious incompetence, and that's okay. But friends, you are not any more subconscious incompetent. You may now be consciously incompetent. You may now know that there are powerful questions which you can use to make yourself more successful, more happy. So now you know that you don't know. Move up to the next step, which you are already doing because you are watching this video and listening to me. In the next chapters, I explain you the power of questions and how to use it. Then you will be consciously competent, and you may need to train it a little bit, and you need to train it a little bit more. And the more you train it, you move up to the highest level of learning, the highest level of mastering. So let's go on to the next chapter and let's talk about powerful questions. See you in a bit.